Well, what is going on, Big Trucker B family? How y'all doing? It's another Big Trucker B interview, and today I got a guest from the N.A.D.R.A, Ethan. He is going to be discussing another trucker protest, but it might not be what y'all think. You have to hear him out on this one. I know we always hear protests, and nothing ever gets done. So, Ethan, thank you for joining me on my channel today. Please tell me about the N.A.D.R.A and what actually N.A.D.R.A means and what you guys plan to accomplish, and we'll go into the Operation 10,000 Trucks of DC.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, and I appreciate you helping us get the word out about this. Yeah, another trucker protest. That's the whole stigma, isn't it? It's that thing we get thrown around. Everybody's worried about the truckers just running their mouth again and doing nothing ineffective, or nothing effective rather.
It just dies out.
It does. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And I mean, we could dive into the weeds on that if we needed to, but I think the core difference between a lot of these flash pan things that have come up is they've been born purely out of emotion, without organization, without unity. And what we're trying to do at the North American Drivers Resource Association is actually unify the truck drivers and unify our voice, so we can actually go to Washington, go where we need to go, and actually make the problems that affect all of us known to the people that are in charge of making the rules for all of us. Because it doesn't matter if you're red, if you're yellow, if you're brown, if you're black, if you're white, if you're gay, if you're straight, if you're whatever you are. It does not matter. If you're a driver, and you're facing the same fight we are. And what we want to do is, unify that voice, get us all together, let us all have input, let us all say what matters to us, let us all say what the problem is for us, and actually be able to bring that to Washington and make effective change happen.
Okay. And we've heard these type of things from a lot of people before, of course, and everybody in their own way wants unity, but drivers are stubborn, right?
Yes.
So we always have disagreements, and I'm sure we can figure something out, and hopefully this is going to be different than all the rest. And let's talk about your guys' first operation. The typical protest always involves, well, let's get a bunch of drivers, take a few days off, fill up the diesel trucks, and shut down DC. Let's talk about Operation 10,000 Trucks of DC. What do you guys plan to do differently and uniquely, might I say, than everybody else?
Well, the thing is, when you talk about taking and shutting down DC, that normally strikes fear in people's heart. Like, what's going to happen? What's that going to do to the economy? How's Washington react? They're going to react that, it's going to cause problems and all that kind of thing. So we wanted to make the same splash and statement, but actually do it in a charitable way that helps people. So what we decided to do is we are going to buy toy trucks, say 1/25th scale, so like Matchbox up to your, toy truck. And we are going to wrap them, and we are going to put notes on them about the things that are important to us as truck drivers, like speed limiters, AB5, safe parking, broker transparency, or whatever the issue is that you have that you want to see them deal with there. You can put a little note on that about there. And then we want to donate all of these toy trucks to, say, Toys for Tots or military families, underprivileged children in the area. So we want it to be fun. We want it to be easy. We want it to be something we should all be able to be behind and actually do good with it, while still making a splash that says, hey, the American truck driver is uniting. We have a voice. Listen to it.
Yeah, I think that's a really great idea. And other people might agree. Do you think that it will actually get a message to them?
Yeah, I think it's going to make them take notice. Do I think that in and of itself is going to immediately make policy change? No. But us doing that and making that splash there, letting them know that we're serious and we're united, is going to have to make them stand up and take notice when we show up. Because if we inside of 2 weeks can get the American truck driver together enough to put 10,000 toy trucks on the transportation secretary's office inside of a 4-day period, what bigger, hey, we're unified, can you possibly think of? And if we do this big enough, we can make it more than 10,000 trucks.
I think it's a great stepping stone, and it's simple. Anybody can do it. I mean, anybody that's on the road can do it. Go to Amazon, go to any toy website with the diecast trucks, and order your truck from anywhere. People don't have to leave their house, and they're still helping. It's a stepping stone.
Right.
That, and I think it's very innocent too, to be honest, while also giving a message. Um, Now you guys have started. You guys started this. How long ago was this all started up and planned and
So Jason and Matt were talking a little bit, but officially about 4 or 5 weeks ago, they got serious about saying we need to make this group. Whatever this group is, we need to make it. And they started really nailing down the nuts and bolts of what this needed to look like, how they were going to create a group that had a voice, that had unity. And then they talked to Charles Claiborne, who's a longtime advocate for the industry, and they started saying, "Look, man, you've been part of this. What's worked? What hasn't worked? How do we make this work?" And Charles lent his voice to it. And over, I think, about a 2-week period of nailing stuff down, they finally got to the point where they were ready to found this association. So they put in the paperwork necessary for that. That's all being done, and they started reaching out to drivers, to all drivers, and said, if you want to be a part of this thing, let us know. And a ton of people reached out, and they did their best to pull out of that bigger group of people 40 different people that were from different backgrounds, different races, different religions, different driving styles, all of that, to bring them together to create what we call the round table. So basically the round table meets, and we talk about the issues at hand and what we need to do to change them. And we talk about what our next step is for the project. And then everybody does what they're good at and lends each other's voice to each other. And we're trying to create solution that way. And when I say we're from all different walks of life, man, I mean it. That's not just a thing we're saying. We are from all different walks of life, but we all have one thing in common: we're truck drivers, and that's the unity that we're looking for.
Yeah, and in the short period of time, honestly, I checked your guys' Facebook page out on TikTok. Of course, TikTok is a great way to just spread messages, and of course, the TikTok algorithm gods always try to silence stuff like this. But with everybody sharing copy and links and sharing the info, they can't. They just can't. It does not work. They can't silence you. And you guys have definitely grown your own hashtag, your own following. And to anybody watching right now, you guys can actually click. If you guys see the QR code on the screen, you can take your phone and even screenshot. But that will have your guys' Facebook page. And if you don't know how to do that, you guys have grown. Let's see, we had 769 members to your Facebook page now. So it's not like you only have 5 or 6 people, maybe 20 or 100. No, you guys, I mean, you're about to break 1,000 members in less than a month?
Less than 2 weeks, actually.
Yeah.
And if you check our hashtag on Facebook, N.A.D.R.A, 13.1 million views in 2 weeks. I mean, that's kind of staggering, isn't it?
That is, I think that's great, and that's the hardest part about starting any type of organization, is getting people to listen and actually to get known and to spread the message. And you had shared a video on your TikTok about give us 6 months.
Yes.
And this is the first step in the 6 months. Hopefully this works, because if it does, we're talking like big progress, or major progress, excuse me. And it's innocent. It's just, you can't be mad at it. And people, they can try to disagree and say, well, those notes won't work or whatever, but you just donated a bunch of, you made a voice, or let me say how I say it. You have you made your point, and children got to have toys at that. So I like that. What your 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 speed limiters, the speed limiters. That seems like a big focus for y'all.
Yeah, it's one of the issues that has the most time sensitivity on it because of where it is in policy making. So it's one of the first issues we want to tackle. Twitch doesn't make it more or less important than the other issues, but because it has time sensitivity attached to it, it is the first thing that we kind of need to tackle because a lot of people's business models won't work if they throw that speed limiter down our throats, mine included.
The data's out there. People have seen that speed limiters don't they cause a lot more problems than they fix, and it's sad that we're having to do this. They and then you guys have, let me see here. You have speed limiters and the AB5 law. That was already passed though, right? Or you guys want to get reversed?
So I have to admit that I'm not the expert on this subject matter. We do have people who are diving into it directly, and people who again are very well versed, such as Charles, in how to deal with Washington, put in rule changes, fight rule changes, and those things. I do know there has been funding put through for it, and that is just part of the whole process. So I don't know exactly what our strategy is yet on how to deal with this, but I do know that strategy is being made.
And to everyone's viewing right now, we will have more videos with Ethan to talk about the stuff because it's 6 months. But this video is mainly to focus on the 10,000 trucks to DC. You guys don't want nothing sent till December 1st to the 4th. I found that quite great. And what is the reason for that?
Well, basically, we want all of the trucks to show up at the same time because if you know it's just like if you have signature signed, right? And you stretch that signature signing out over 90, 100, 200 days, whatever, and you finally put it on somebody's desk. It doesn't mean as much as if you got that same amount of signatures in 15 or 20 days, right? And that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of what we're doing with these trucks too. We're going all of them showing up at one time. They can't ignore that. They can't, they don't have time to sort it out and kind of throw it in a nice little pile over here and ignore it. It's boom, it's in your face, it's there. You can't back away from it. And we also have people making press releases and getting stuff set up for December 1st, I believe is the date. They're going to be notifying the media networks around there to let them know these trucks are coming in, and they're for the kids, and they're to make a statement, and you got to cover this.
And watch, they're gonna think that semi trucks are gonna come in like convoying it up. No, they're like it's diecast trucks, and the thing is, I love how it's the 1st to the 4th. It's not taking those days off. You're sending those trucks, those little toy trucks that might cost what from $5, you get them somewhere cheap, to $20 to even $30 if you're fancy enough. I mean,
Right.
that's so much cheaper than shutting down for a few days, and it's interesting.
I mean, a lot of us will spend $5 at Starbucks for a cup of coffee. So, you know,
Right? Yep,
if you want to skip
exactly.
your coffee for one day and you can make a kid happy and help make a statement.
Yeah. And so you guys, so this is Operation One, and you guys have some more creative stuff in the future that's going to be a little bit different, and that's what makes you guys different. I'm assuming in the future. And what did Justin say? Or
We do have other things actively in the works right now too. We're in the middle of trying to set up a truckers helpline. Because we all know what it's like out here, the emotional baggage, as it were, that can come with this job, the time away from family. I mean, even myself today, I should be sitting at home. I'm sitting in Hubbard, Ohio, because the weather was garbage, and I will make it home, fortunately, but not everybody's that fortunate. And so you get those days where the weather's bad, the drive is hard, stuff's weighing on your mind, and you need somebody to talk to. And we're in the process of setting up a custom 1-800 number for drivers to be able to call whenever they need help, just to get them through the day, through the night, through those long hours when we're tired, all those things that we struggle with. So that's another one of the big things that we currently have in the works as well.
okay. Now let's talk. There's the TikToker that you showed me earlier. He's the let me get this up for Trucker Matt 74 2. He's going to be the one that kind of like shares a lot of the information for N.A.D.R.A, and he's the founder, correct?
He is
Or
one of the three founders. So it'd be Jason, Vindy, him, and Charles Claiborne. And there are more of us spreading the message regularly. I just provided you his because he's one of our founders, so that would be direct from source. But again, all the things he says have been agreed on by the roundtable. Like
mm,
so, even if he is the founder, he's not setting himself up as some overarching head. He's with us, helping us make decisions, and we're helping him make decisions back and forth the way it should be. Because, and I know you're going to get sick of me saying this, unity.
yeah, and I think that's our biggest weakness in this industry is the unity. So yeah, for everybody that's just joining in, we got Operation 10K Trucks to DC, and it's to notify the North American drivers. Notify. I'm sorry, the North American Drivers Resource Association presence. You just want to make known of your intentions, and you want to let our voices, like unity, right, be heard, right?
Right.
Anyway, we are going to be getting diecast trucks. All trucks should be roughly 125 scale. You want to include the notes that are like no speed limiters, yes to safe parking, yes to broker transparency, whatever issues you have in the trucking industry, add that note to that truck and mail it. And then all those trucks that get there, make sure you mail it between December 1st to the 4th. All the trucks that get there will be donated to the, excuse me, we're doing Toys for Tots. Is that correct?
Toys for Tots, or for veteran families, just in general to underprivileged children in the area, wherever they need them, wherever they got kids who need toys, have them donated to them. So if you have a charity that you like in the area, tag them. If you don't have one you like, Toys for Tots is an easy one, as long as it's going to kids who need it.
Okay. And you guys can deliver that, if you guys need the address, is to the U.S. Department of Transportation, 1200 New Jersey Avenue, Southeast Washington, D.C., 20590. I will be sure to put the statement from this video, all the information in the description for you guys on this. Now, when do you guys plan on starting your next operation? Do you have like a set date? Do you want to space it out, keep it close, or how do you want to do that?
Well, when it comes to our next operation, I'm just gonna say, and I know this sounds like a dodge, but things are in the works,
Good.
because what we don't want to do is start delivering a message and then flip the script on y'all. So when we
But
come out and
you
say
want to see how
something's
this
happening,
turns out.
we've got it happening.
Yeah, like you guys want to see actually how this turns out, which so far it's looking pretty good. I mean, it's no brainer. It's an easy buy, you know. All right.
Yeah, I've had the privilege of just even talking to people around the truck stops and seeing people's faces light up when they're like, "Now that's cool." Like, you don't get that reaction very often. Normally,
No.
normally when you get, on the CB or start talking to a truck driver, I'm guilty of it too. It's just whine, gripe, complain, moan. No. Like, hey, we're sending toys to kids and telling Uncle Sam that we're here to play ball all in one time. It's going to cost you like 10 to 15 bucks, maybe with shipping. And you
Mhm,
get to make a kid smile all year long with that toy.
mhm.
And you get to know that you needled Uncle Sam just a little bit, but with a good
Yeah,
message.
baby steps, that's all it takes. So a lot of people, if more people are interested in joining y'all's cause or want more information, they can check out the Facebook group N.A.D.R.A. I have the photo of it right here on the screen. Be sure to go join. You guys are almost 1,000 members right now. That's amazing in 2 weeks. And then on TikTok, I see it all the time. You guys' hashtag is growing. You guys can also look at the QR code, scan that, and it can take you to them. Is there anything else you would like to add about this, and anything else you would like to say on this?
To anybody who does see this, who has been following us, I want to say a huge thank you for your support already. I mean, it means the world to us, because this is how we grow and get this done. This is built on everybody's effort. not a couple of guys that have a beef. This is for everybody by everybody. So the people who are already supporting us, thank you. The people who do start supporting us from this, thank you. And again, unity. That's what this is all about. We just want to unify the American truck driver's voice. And to be clear, that is the continent of North America, Mexico, Canada, and the United States of America. We do have Canadian members who are doing something the same as what we're doing here for Canada, to send to their parliament there.
Yeah.
I'm not up on
However, it worked
Canadian
out there.
politics. I apologize.
Yeah, no. I mean, and the way they were vilified last year, I don't blame them for wanting to do even more. You know, they were treated like hell. That was a very interesting protest.
But it's amazing what they got done by that protest. Was it perfect? No. But what happened when the Canadian truck driver stood up and said, "No, we're not going to be pushed"? See what happened for them, And why do we think we can't do it too? I mean, we're America, baby. Like, we're the North American continent. All of us are badasses in our own way. Like, like we should all be able to do this, unify and get stuff done.
What drew me to you guys is especially what really drew me to y'all when I seen your video. By the way, you can give a quick shout out to your TikTok if they want to follow you. You can say that real quick.
It's Steelballs92. So good luck for getting that one.
Yeah. But when I seen your video, man, like the Operation 10,000 Trucks DC, I said, oh god, man. But then, like, when I learned more about it, I was like, oh man, like that is different. Like, that's thinking outside the box. That's being unique. That's awesome. And if anybody's in the comment section right now has any questions or anything that they would like to ask, I am taking questions at the moment. I do see some comments from like other videos that I've made. I'm not talking about that currently. I will probably go live and talk about that stuff for the SAP drivers that came in here. But the N.A.D.R.A members, thank you for coming in. And if anybody else that's interested in knowing more has a question, feel free to leave it down there in the comments. We got Matt Kilmer saying, remember unity on something small leads to unity on the bigger issues later. That's true.
Yes, it does.
Definitely. I honestly, I'm putting a lot of heart in this one. I think, I've been supportive in a lot of like trucker protests. I've talked about them in a lot of videos in the past. And I've always been kind of blue ball and disappointed in the end. So I am very optimistic with this one. I don't know. I just have like that gut feeling that something good's going to happen out of it. And I thank you all for doing it, man. That's something I can never do. I want to, but I am too unorganized and a lot going on. It's just like you guys are the leaders, and you guys also like you've accomplished something big,
But don't sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying it's a hard thing to do something like this. It takes a lot of work,
It definitely does, but man, I really appreciate even you doing this. I mean, you have a following, you have people who look to you for information and news, and even you doing this now is just another part of that group effort, that group voice, getting the voice out. Because I have the people who talk to me and follow me. Everybody on the round table has the people who talk to and follow them. Now you're going to reach more people who will hopefully come in and talk to us and lead to more opportunities to keep pushing this out until we're too big for anybody to ignore it. And not in that violent protesty sort of way, but in the we're here, we care about you, and we just want to see positive change. That's all we're trying to do is positive change.
Well, man, I'm rooting for y'all. And the thing is regardless whether it works or not, I like deep down inside, even though I have the doubt, I always wish for a win, like I want something good. And that's why I definitely back up a lot, but this one, like, I'm ready for it. This is going to be awesome. Anyway, I think we're running out of time here. Ethan, I want to thank you for coming on, man. And again, everybody in the comment section supporting this, and anybody that has a question, you guys can go to the Facebook page, N.A.D.R.A, right there. You can scan the QR code. You can follow Ethan on TikTok, and we also have Matt, Trucker Matt 74. Matt K, 74.2 is the banners down below. You can follow him, and I'm sure you guys can find a way to reach out to these guys because they have been growing immensely throughout these past 2 weeks. So, is there anything else you would like to say before we hop off here? Or
I do just want to add the tag to the end of it about the 10,000 trucks to DC. When you're writing your notes, in this cannot be reiterated strongly enough. Make sure they're positive. We are not looking for anything negative whatsoever. Make sure that message is positive because
that is right.
again, positive change.
Yep. It said, please use clear or otherwise see-through packaging. We do not want all our efforts to be destroyed as suspicious packaging. Please do not use any profane, offensive, threatening, or aggressive language. The N.A.D.R.A does not support those statements.
Not at all.
Yep.
If it ain't positive, it ain't from us.
That's great. And hopefully people actually listen and read. I will put the information I'll put the address, the dates, I'll put the Facebook link, everything in between will be in the description down below. And if you guys have any other questions, leave it down in the comments below. And also like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified for every time I upload and go live, because we will be having Ethan on here again for future operations, and we'll be talking a lot more about the N.A.D.R.A. These guys are a new and upcoming group to help the truck drivers. It's the North American Drivers Resource Association. Great name, by the way. Took me a minute to remember, but I got it now. And Ethan, I want to thank you for coming on here, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you more in the future.
Absolutely, man. You have yourself a great night, and we'll be talking to you again soon.
All right, buddy. Well, everybody, this will conclude our interview. And again, like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. That bell icon will notify you when I go live and we have them on. But I want to wish you all a safe, wonderful night. Stay warm. Weather's crazy right now, and keep it slow. And let's unite. Let's get this done. But
yes, sir.
Y'all have a wonderful night, and I will catch you in the next video. Ethan, if you want to stay on, buddy, I'll talk to you right after this.
All righty.